trouble, 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 trouble. You know I might get in trouble. You know I might get in trouble. Trouble, 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 trouble. Yeah, I may get in trouble with this. Yeah, I might hit the button with this. T.Cooke and Briaunna Monet, yeah, you know how we coming with this. Heat it up like the summer with this. They tryna kick it, wanna punt it with us. Yeah, they say it's something in the water, so I went out and flooded my wrist. She said she buy, I said Pola. She said hi, I said Ola. She wanna vibe, I told her pull up. I said roll up, I'm like hold up. She said she buy, I said Pola. She said hi, I said Ola. She wanna vibe, I told her pull up. I said roll up, I'm like yeah, I'm making in trouble with this. Yeah, I might hit the button with this. T.Cooke and Briaunna Monet, yeah, you know how we coming with this. Heat it up like the summer with this. They tryna kick it, wanna punt it with us. Yeah, they say it's something in the water, so I went out and flooded my wrist. Good trouble like John Lewis, on the daily like Jon Stewart. With this rap, I'm a conduit, got 'em worrying behind.
Back again with another episode of I May Get in Trouble for This. It's your boy T.Cooke.
It's Briaunna Monet.
I feel like it's been a minute. I don't know why.
It has. Took a couple weeks off for vacation, well-needed rest. Shout out to Trey for holding things down. I'm happy to be back now, though. So.
No, I'm going to hold the fort down as always.
You definitely did. Some dope interviews. So check those out if you haven't seen them yet.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It's a lot on the docket once again this week. It's been a busy news week.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you kick it off.
Okay. Why don't we start, with someone back at home, Mikey Rocks, styles Cam Thomas, who was the number 27 pick in the NBA draft. So shout out to Mikey. Congratulations. You did your thing. We're so proud of you, as always. So
home team.
Yeah.
Super. Doing numbers. We see you, dog. We see you. He been in the press a lot lately.
Yeah.
He just did what was it? Don't Get Me the Line.
Yeah, no.
Hampton Roads Show, of course.
Yeah, I did.
He's
see
been
that.
in the Virginia Pilot coming up.
Else.
He's been in Virginia Pilot. He's also been in I want to say it was an MSNBC. It was something business related. One of those shows that he was on.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Mikey, man. We see you, bro. Glad that you was a guest a few episodes back, but it's always
spare us some time. Thank you.
It's always good to see you do your thing, bro. So we proud of you, bro.
Yeah.
Keep going, bro. Facts.
Right.
Moving along in the vein of basketball, Russell Westbrook is going to the Lakers. I don't know if you've seen that story.
I did.
Yeah, it's official. So, I mean, it looks like the Lakers going to have a big three. We got LeBron, AD, and Westbrook now. So, they looking like a strong contender to come out of the West next year.
Yeah.
We'll see. Allegedly, my boy's supposed to be going over there, too. Mello. So maybe he can get his first ring if he goes over there next year. But
that'll be exciting to watch. I hate to see him leave Washington, though. I think he did a lot for that franchise. Definitely brought a lot more excitement back, especially after losing John. So yeah, I mean, I hate that for DC, but it'll be exciting, I guess, for the Lakers. I mean, it was also nice, like I said before, it was nice to finally just not see the Lakers in the finals. So,
yeah. Did you watch
I guess we'll see them again.
Did you watch the NBA finals this year?
I didn't. I was in Hawaii at the time, so the timing difference was, we're 6 years. Not 6 years, guys. Lord.
Good Lord.
6.
Flight 828.
Right. No, we're 6 hours behind, so it was hard for me to catch anything. I really was just in a whole different world out there.
What's up, bro?
But yeah,
I ain't even watched the finals, but shout out to the Bucks.
Yeah, shout out to the Bucks and
shout out to Giannis.
Greek the Freak.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad to see the young bull, do his thing, because, I mean, he ain't even had to wait as long as some of the veteran players to get his first ring. So
yeah,
and he seemed like a good dude. He seemed humble too. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. I seen he had pulled up to Chick-fil-A and ordered them nuggets and had a crowd out there and people was going crazy.
And now Chick-fil-A made that a special like meal right now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's well deserved, man.
Yeah.
It's well deserved. So, I mean, if you would have told me when I was a kid growing up that the Bucks was going to win the championship, because they used to be trash. Even when Ray Allen used to play for them, they was trash. They've never been good. So, I mean, shout out to them. You know, and it's like it's breaking the monotony of seeing the same teams for the past few years.
Yeah,
that get boring. I'm sorry, but seeing Steph every year, seeing LeBron every year, like it's just.
Well, it looks like we're back. You know, it's our regular scheduled program.
So. Well, we'll see. They still got to do their thing, but hopefully, hopefully they will be back. So
yeah, I mean, getting your own, you know, fast food meal like Saweetie. She's in her bag. I mean, her PR team is amazing.
That's one thing I will give her.
Yeah, she has a great team behind her. Great stylist team.
Yes.
Great PR team.
Yes. Her videography, photography, all of that stuff, promotional wise, is always A1. And it's hard to hate. It's like, yo, bro, she got her own McDonald's meal. We can count on our hands the people who've done it over the past year. Right. Travis, J Balvin, BTS.
Yeah.
And Saweetie.
And I mean, major names.
Yeah, like, yo, you got to put respect on her name. I mean, we know she is infamous for the concoctions that she conjures up. It almost seems like.
Did they come out with the meal yet? Or, because I saw promo for it.
So it's like, from my understanding, I think it's a Big Mac.
Okay.
A 4-piece nugget.
Okay.
Maybe I forgot what the drink is, and I know they have like I think it's Saweetie sweet and sour, so like something like a version of like sweet and sour sauce,
but like normal, like not
but like
weird.
But the promo pics that I've seen for it is like, it's weird, like the way that she combines the combinations of it. Like she'll put the fries on the Big Mac, she'll put
I've seen that,
you know what I'm
before.
saying? So it's like she switches it up, but shout out to her though. I mean, I know I shot my shot with her a few episodes ago when we was talking about her and Jack Harlow. But if you're still listening, you're still on my radar, beloved. So
I just saw like funny memes with her new deal with McDonald's. Like I saw a big thing, you know, like the fry container, but it was filled with ketchup and then like a few fries.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I was curious to see like what she was going to do with it, because I know she's like wild.
Yeah, even the marketing with like, it's like a snowflake, but it was like fries.
So
and
cute.
It was like,
like
who came up with this? Like her creative team is crazy.
So cute.
Yeah, so that's what's up. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
Speaking of, it's not even speaking of. I don't know if you want to cover something light or something heavy, or just, I'm going to just get into it, because this is what the streets is talking about. And we would be remiss if we didn't cover it. We talked about him in a few other episodes, but your boy, DaBaby, has lately been out in these streets wilding. It all started with a performance at Rolling Loud.
It started with that performance at BET.
Yeah, and you was talking about that baby that he had on stage.
It was just a train wreck altogether, the whole performance.
Well,
that was what kicked it off.
This time he brought DaBaby, that little mascot, out again. And guess who popped out like a Jack in the Box? Mr. Tory Lanez popped out of the baby outfit, out of the costume. And I think they just thought that was really going to hit. But I don't feel like it hit like they thought it was going to hit. And I mean, I was telling, you know, our manager off air, I was like, if Tory Lanez had a set and he brought DaBaby out to do that song, I would understand it because it's Tory's song. But for DaBaby to be in the middle of the performance and like bring Tory out on a song that he's featured on, I'm like, I ain't really see the logic behind it. But
like, you didn't have to do that, but you did. And so it says a lot.
It's almost like you making your bed. It's like, it's almost like you picking a side. Like,
yeah, you did.
You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, that was wild. And then his comments
and then to add on top of that
were super wild.
Yeah.
That's been going viral. It's super distasteful. He said, I don't want to misquote him, but he said something to the gist of, put your cell phone up if you don't have HIV or AIDS, one of them deadly viruses that'll kill you in 2 or 3 weeks. Bro, first of all, I don't know what you read about AIDS or HIV, but you can look at Magic Johnson. You can live through anything if Magic made it. Yo, HIV, AIDS, you can live your whole life with that and still live
I mean, like, we've made so many medical advances that they have like PrEP now.
Yes. Like, it's just like, that's ignorant, number one.
I think next is probably like a vaccine.
Yeah, like probably. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like a death sentence like he tried to make it seem like it was. Number two, he made some distasteful remarks to the LGBTQ community, talking about, to my fellas, if you're not out sucking in the parking lot, make some noise. And then his DJ was like, oh, some of y'all super sus. Well, first of all, even if they are sucking in the parking lot, that's their business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's their business. That's not your business.
Nothing to do with you.
So it's like you're kind of alienating your people, your fans that are in that, a part of that community. Because, I mean, to say DaBaby doesn't have gay fans is like...
And then saying those two things together also just creates even more of that stigma that, gay men have HIV and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and it's just like...
That's what I didn't get. Like, okay, so what? Somebody has it. Like, you trying to make them less of a person or make them feel bad or try to cast it like they're dirty for having that disease. Like, you know what I'm saying?
People get HIV without having sex.
Facts. Needles. It could be passed on.
Yeah.
You could be born with it. It's like, bro, it's like, yo, you got to cut the...
So it was very ignorant.
It was ignorant. Like, I don't know another word to describe it, but it was ignorant.
And definitely spewing even more misinformation and, just negative, context. And he's done for. Like, I mean, I called it. I was like, if he keeps going the way he's going, like, he's going to be done for. And this is it. Like, you have people in the industry turning their back on you, like the industry that you work in.
Yes, Elton John just spoke out.
You gonna lose your job.
Elton John spoke out. Madonna spoke out.
Dua Lipa. Demi Lovato.
The list goes on. Questlove.
Yeah.
Who DaBaby said he didn't know who he was. And I'm like, how do you not know who Questlove is? Well, he's on Jimmy Fallon's show every night. He's part of the Roots. Like, I don't understand.
I mean, he's just doing, what a lot of men when their egos are been bruised, just doubling down and being even more ignorant.
He's been doubling down, and that's what I don't understand. Like, you could have issued a sincere apology and moved on from it, but it's the doubling down for me. It's like, are you really... I understand people are playing devil's advocate, the call and response. I understand that, but bro, at the end of the day, it's not. It wasn't cool. It wasn't even funny. It wasn't funny. I didn't laugh. I wasn't entertained by it. And I see why you got the shoe thrown at you. Yeah. Like, I see why they threw that dirty Adidas. Adidas 1, Adidas 2. Like, I see why they threw that dirty Adidas. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I see why. You know what I'm saying?
Someone said, like, all he had to do was say, put your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And
we would have been done.
But instead
you want to go in super depth about it, and it's just like, and then breaking news as of a few hours ago, Lollapalooza, how you say it?
I guess Lollapalooza.
Yeah, Lolla. Y'all know what I'm talking about. One of the biggest festivals, they just dropped them.
That's
as well.
That's it.
And they said they don't really have a tolerance for that. So here we are.
Again, it's the doubling down and like not even apologizing. And then did he like post on his story like no weapon formed against me shall prosper? And I'm just like, I hate when people quote the Bible. Like, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You are the weapon forming against you, and it's prospering.
No, for real though.
That gets on my nerves. I saw a quote earlier this week, and I really loved it. I think I might post it myself. But there was like, apologize instead of finding quotes to back up your stupidity. Yeah, and that goes for Bible verses too.
It's a quote to back everything. It's a Bible verse to back everything. Right. Literally, the KKK will quote Bible verses before they lit them crosses. You feel what I'm saying? So
like, God has nothing to do. I'm sorry. Like, we need God at all times when we're right, when we're wrong, but don't drag him into this.
Talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like,
sir, you are the weapon.
It's like, and it's like a few episodes ago, like I told you, like I like the 2 singles that he dropped. Then he just dropped a new single. called, I think it's called Giving What It's Supposed to Give. He dropped a music video for it, and he kind of is like subliminally addressing what's going on currently in the music video. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Of course not.
But yeah, it's just like my biggest thing, like side note, like at the beginning of the video, like it's a funeral and like he spits it like in the dude's casket, like the dude's dead and he spits in the dude's casket. And I'm like, I thought that was insensitive because he literally just lost his brother less than probably 6 months ago. So it's like death is one of those things that I don't play with. Ever. You know what I'm saying? And for you to, I don't know what the imagery or the purpose of what he was doing in the music video was trying to portray, but I just found that distasteful as well. So it's like he's almost like using controversy. I know they say there's no such thing as bad press, and it's all fun and games until your bags start being affected. It's like, yo, it's going to be a domino effect from here, and I'm forecasting that the next thing is the streaming services start pulling him from playlists, start pulling him and start, like they did Tory or like they did R. Kelly. Like, when you speak out against the LGBTQ community, not only it's not a smart thing. It's like when you speak out against the Jewish community, like they have a no tolerance policy. Yeah. You see what they did to Nick Cannon when he said what he said. You have to tiptoe very lightly, yo. Those are not the people that you piss off, because a lot of them are in high places when it comes to these record labels, when it comes to these executives. You want to be very careful when you speak out against them. Yeah. Everybody has an opinion.
And it's not like you're saying anything like that's your own opinion, and it's just a different take. Like what you're saying makes no sense. It's wrong. Like we're not bashing you for having your own opinion. Like, what you're saying is just straight stupid.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like that was my thing. Like make it make sense. Yeah. And then like speaking of making it make sense, like T.I. comes with his big words, and he seemingly sticks up for DaBaby. And I'm like, bro,
when you got enough ever on the right side of things.
You got enough accusations against you. You just sit this one out, beloved.
You should be laying low.
Sit this one out. I know you just grew dreads, but sit this one out.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he has dreads, like the twisties. Like he's always had a super low cut his whole career. When he came out, hey, let's get away. Like, yeah, he always had the super low cut. Now he got dreads, and I'm like, I don't know if it's a rebrand or what it is. Nonetheless, it's none of my business. But what I'm trying to say is, like, you should have just sat this one out.
When T.I. agrees with you, that's when you know you're wrong.
That's a way to gauge, like, you need to refocus if T.I. is coming to your defense. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, I don't know none of these guys personally. I'm just a fly on the wall. I'm literally talking from the outside looking in. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And it's like, you don't have no facts to back, like what you're saying is factually incorrect.
I'm sure he's never even read a research article on HIV.
Like what you're saying is factually incorrect. Like that's my thing. You're entitled to your opinion, but like I think it was T.I. Didn't T.I. say like if Lil Nas can have his opinion and do what he doing, then DaBaby can? Bro, why? Why? It's like it's two different. To me, it's two different arguments. Like to be honest, like, but why y'all making Lil Nas X the poster child for anything that's related in that community? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
I mean, honestly, I just feel for Nas because it's just like, not Nas. Let me say Nas X. It is a Nas. But you're right. Like, he's going to catch all the heat. But I definitely admire, he's so young and he's willing to step up to the plate on behalf of his community. So
the thing I respect about Lil Nas X is at the peak of his fame, he came out of the closet. He didn't wait till he fell off and, I'm gay too. It's like when Old Town Road was at its peak, he's like, yo, I'm gay as well. So y'all gonna take it or leave it. That's one thing I would respect about him. I have my, differences and we already talked about them as well, but he just dropped a music video with Jack Harlow, Industry Baby, which is, as I also talked about on the episode when we was talking about Lil Nas X, I said, just watch the next thing he does. I guarantee you it's controversial. And to prove my point, this next music video was maybe not as controversial as Twerking on the Devil, but he's locked up, he's in jail, and it's a bunch of men. They naked. They got a naked shower scene where they got choreography, and they beeping out the nakedness or the nudity. So it's just like he's like doubling down too. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, but if that's who you are, bro, just wear it. And but I think he wears it.
Like I don't see anything wrong with what he's doing. Like I told you how I felt about the video, you know, with the devil or whatever. I was like, he's basically, the message is that you tell me I'm going to hell, so then when I do go to hell, you know, you guys have a problem with it. Like I think that he's really like just trolling, you know, like, but I don't think he's really offending anybody. Like
I would disagree to say he's not offending anybody, because he's definitely offended more than enough people by doing that. People who are religious, people who, you know, are spiritual, people were offended by it. Like I showed my family the music video, they were really like offended by it, you know what I'm saying? So it's just certain religious imagery that you don't play with. Me personally, that's the side that I'm on, but I understand the logic, but I wouldn't go that far as to do it.
Yeah, but you can, as Christians, like you can't expect people who are not Christians, you know, to
abide by the
same like
logic.
Or to care. Like it doesn't mean as much to them.
Yeah, to them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's morals are different.
And I don't even know. He could be Christian. I don't know, but
it's no. I could say right now, there's no way. Like it's to me, I don't see how you a Christian and you take it that far. Because if you were, you know that it's like it's blasphemous.
Yeah,
like you know, and that's an unforgivable sin.
Yeah.
So it's just like to each his own. But yeah, you probably want to check out that the new music video, or whatever.
I do need to see it. Yeah, I'm not sure because I don't know what the message is behind it. Like when I first heard about what is the name of that song?
It's called. Are you talking about Industry Baby?
No, the one before.
Montero, Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah. So when I first, you know, just saw clips of it, I never even saw the full video, but from the beginning, I knew like what his message was here, like what his intention was or whatever. So I don't know. Maybe I need to see this last video and try to dissect that.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I like the song. Like, I want to sit up here and say he's like not talented, but I'm always like, yo, let the talent speak. Mm-hmm. And the song is dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's co-executive produced by Kanye. Shout out Ye. So it's like, yeah, I like the beat. I like the song. I think it's catchy. The music video, of course, is. I think Lil Nas X is almost pigeonholing himself to do controversial things. Like if I don't do a controversial music video, it's not going to one up the next one. So
I think the next one will probably be more chill. Like I think he's only done maybe 2 now at this point.
He has like, you talking about 2 controversial ones?
Yeah, like I think he's just doing it because it's just like, okay, you guys had such a big fluster with this first one, so let me do another one. Yeah. But I think he'll probably like just chill out now.
We'll see. I can't. I
think he's smart. I think he's smart, strategic.
Like, I think
there is a reason behind all of it.
Did you see the rollout for this song though? Like,
no.
He was in court. They had a promotional thing because it was about the Satan shoes, and so he went to court and like all this stuff. It was like a backstory to it. It was a storyline, and you know, I'm good for a storyline.
Yeah.
Like that's my thing. Like you can't go to like film school and study in film school and not respect a good storyline. So it's like at the end of the day, all bias aside, Lil Nas X, keep doing your thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? We might not agree on everything, but at the end of the day, I don't agree with everything with anybody. You know, so it's like as an artist, keep doing your thing.
Like, I mean,
like you know,
I disagree more with DaBaby and Tory Lanez and T.I. So if we're gonna talk about people
are putting them on opposite ends of the spectrum. You got Lil Nas X, then you got DaBaby, and then some people are on either side. Some people are in between. That's kind of like the gauge right now. Like, so.
Did you see Danny Lay? She posted her bump and said the biggest, and people were like, "Read the room."
Did it say DaBaby?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Is this who you want to be claiming as your baby daddy right now?
We need distance.
Please read the room.
Right.
I think that's the biggest takeaway in everything. Read the room.
People don't read in general, though.
Yeah, they illiterate in general, so it's like they can't read, so you know they can't read the room. But it's like, yeah, I don't, and I think, and I almost like, not to get in a conspiracy theory bag, but I almost think that the attention that's going to DaBaby's comments are to distract you from the Danny Lay story. It's like, let's shine a light story about that being allegedly his baby.
Oh, so it's not confirmed?
No.
Then why would she say the biggest?
That might be her subliminally saying it, but he hasn't come out and she hasn't come out and said that that's his. The people are just assuming. We don't know.
Oh, others thought it was like assumed, and that's just that. Like,
no, it's not. It's not confirmed. It's alleged. It's alleged. We don't know. Huh? The timeline is very crazy because if it's not his,
then who?
Then that means that when they were together, that she was unfaithful. You know what I'm saying? That she was with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even like giving that too much thought. I think it's just his kid.
Well, why? I mean, we don't know though. We all think that, but we don't know definitively. And he hasn't come out. She hasn't come out. I don't really
expect him to say much of anything because, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that was her saying it. No, I mean, I ain't gonna call him that.
No, because I don't know if he is or not.
Because he definitely be with his daughter like every day on his Instagram story.
Didn't he break up with her? So I don't think that he necessarily probably wanted.
I don't even really want to get into that relationship because it's like it's messy, but it's just like, yo, I think she should have read the room. This ain't, if that is your baby daddy, this ain't the time to claim him. I know that's your man. You might be sticking by.
Oh yeah, I definitely would not.
Yo, just lay low right now. Like let us, because we've been happy for you. We seen the baby bump, we seen the baby shower, we seen the pictures, the maternity pictures. We're happy for you, whether it's his or not.
Yeah,
it's a woman bringing in new life.
Yeah,
it's hard not to root for somebody that, you know what I'm saying,
right.
Regardless of the circumstance. But just let that be what it is. Let this cool down. Let this fire be put out over here. Don't intermix and intertwine the two.
I would never claim him. So.
Hey, to each his own.
Yeah.
So speaking of Kanye co-producing Lil Nas X's song, that beat hard. I'm sorry, that beat is hard, and they actually got a live band to play the horn part. Mm-hmm. I don't know like what hand that Kanye had in it, but Kanye's been in the news. He just had the live stream listening party on Apple Music, broke the streaming record for Apple Music for his album Donda listening party. He's actually having a second listening party or the Donda album release.
Oh, okay. I was like, is he going to release it now?
On August 5th.
Okay.
At the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. He's actually been living in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. He posted a picture of his living quarters. He's actually looks like he's living out of a locker room or something like that. Very humbly, with like two or three outfits, 2 or 3 pairs of shoes, and a bed.
I love that.
Very minimalist. Kanye's always a minimalist. Like
sometimes you have to strip yourself of like every extra thing, things that you don't need, and really just focus. Like and all the distractions. Stay in this one room. Don't worry about what you're wearing the next day. Yeah. You only have 3 options.
Kanye's definitely an outfit repeater. He's like, yo, y'all seen me in this before and y'all gonna see me in this again because this outfit is hard.
But when you really are busy and, running businesses and doing things, you don't have time to worry about what you're going to wear. Unless you have like a stylist or something. But I heard something from somebody before. They said, a lot of millionaires or, big businessmen, they really stick to like maybe one color in their wardrobe. So like they might just do a lot of black or like a lot of neutrals because you don't have to worry about spending time and thought. That's something that doesn't even really matter in the grand scheme of things.
The older I get, I can attest to it because it's like if y'all looked at me as like a fashion connoisseur or whatever y'all said I was, the pandemic like did me in when it came to. I know a lot of businesses went down during the pandemic, but when it came to my creativity with fashion, it's like literally I just wear black and white Yeezy slides everywhere I go. You gonna accept it, you gonna hate it, I love it. It is what it is because it's about comfortability. Number one, it's about convenience, and I see why Dr. Dre has hundreds and thousands of white Air Force Ones. Okay. He wears black shirt, black pants, white Forces. Easy. Yeah. You know, simple. I ain't got to think about too many different combinations. I ain't got to think about that. And it's like when you're really getting to the bag, when you're really focused and you're really, all these colors, all these combinations. Yeah. You know, don't get it twisted. I can still put it on when it's time to put it on. It's fun. You know? But on an everyday, regular, if you see me go to a grocery store, if you see me, you're going to see me in a tracksuit. You're going to see me in... You're going to see me what I'm comfortable in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going... It's not a fashion show. 24/7. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's just
like,
not.
I don't know how I did that in college. Like, just putting together different outfits to go to class daily.
You was going to class in heels?
I did a couple times. But I never really could do that, like walk across campus. Like, I would drive.
In your defense, though, that was your major, though. True. You know what I'm saying? So you had to kind of represent for your major. You know what I'm saying? Just like you can't be a fashion merchandising. What was it?
Design.
Fashion design and not have that shit on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're around people who are focused on this too, so you can't just be looking.
But it's just something I like to do, like be creative. Yeah. But like again, post college, like it's not about that. You know, like I'm an adult, I have real responsibilities, I have things to do, I'm busy. You know, like the only time, like vacation for me is like a fun thing. So I definitely plan my vacation outfits, you know, because that's fun for me. Like that's I say that vacation's always my own personal fashion week because that's the only time I really get dressed up. As it should be. Yeah.
Though. You know what I'm saying? But, and you're not the only one that does it. A lot of people do that. Yeah. Rightfully so. But if you see me around the crib, I'm not trying to impress nobody.
My day to day.
Like, I'm just really not. I'm really not trying to. It's like, yo, I'm really not. I know what y'all see on the gram. I know what y'all see on TikTok or wherever y'all tapped in on. But guess what? When you see me in the crib,
wow.
Yo, I'm not giving. I don't feel like I'm giving what it's supposed to give, but maybe I am. But I don't know. It's like, yo, when I just turned 30. I don't care about all that stuff. Yo, when I was like a kid and I used to like, I literally remember like I used to take karate. For y'all that don't know, I'm a brown belt, so don't play yourself. But at the end of the day, like I remember seeing this man. He was probably like in his 40s, and like he had like an Adidas tracksuit on, but like he even had like the Adidas covered, like the logo covered. Oh, wow. And I don't even know what that was about, but I just was like, yo, he dressed like the same every time I seen him, right? And I was just like, that could never be me, and now I'm him. He's me. Like, you know, like every time you see me, like I have it's like yo, I don't even care about it. And like if I don't care about it now, and I don't even have kids. Can you imagine when I had kids? Like, I'm probably going to make sure that they are flyer than me. Like, your dad is going to be like, you know, I'm going to be respected. But it's just like, yo, I'm just about dropping my kids off at daycare. I'm just about, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, to apply myself because I know that I will easily get sucked into, like, looking like nothing when I become a mom. Like, who cares?
Yeah, like... Yeah, because it's really not about you no more.
I've been up all night with this toddler.
When you have kids, it's really not about you no more. And it's really not about me now. So I don't know it's not about me.
I don't want to let myself go.
I'm not going to let myself go completely. Like, but at the same time, a lot of, like, you got to understand, a lot of times when people are fly and, like, they got their Sunday's best on, it's a price to pay for it because 9 times out of 10, they might be uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Like I seen Saweetie, she had like this red like dress on like a few events ago. I forgot what award show she was at, but she was like, yo, this dress was mad heavy. Yeah. And she was like, in order for me to fit into the dress, I wasn't eating for a few days for real. Yeah. And it's like, yo, you don't see
that's never gonna be me.
You don't see like the stuff that goes on behind the scenes as far as like you know, like some of my flyest outfits might not necessarily have been the most comfortable. Yeah. But I knew I had to do it for the culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I had the patent leather shit on, like Like, yo, I'm on my Missy Elliott shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, y'all gonna get this fit though, and y'all gonna respect it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like sometimes, you know, even like people be having like Alexander McQueen's on, they be like, that's a very uncomfortable shoe.
Most
you know
of
what
the
I'm
designer shoes are not comfortable.
They're not. Like they're not comfortable at all, you know. So I don't really be feeling like a lot of the European like stuff is made for us anyway, for real. Well, no, like the sizing and stuff is not.
Oh no, because we're like obese. We're like
it's not made
relatively larger than the rest of the world, us Americans.
And we squeeze into it because it's drip, but it's really not for us. It's for the runway models. It's really not for us.
It's not for our American diets.
It's not.
Yeah.
Moving along.
But yeah, shout out to Kanye. I didn't catch the stream again because I was 6 hours behind. 6 years. But
yeah, the stream was fire, and that's coming from someone who, of course, is biased a little bit. Yeah. But, I mean, I'm looking forward to something that you could respect. Hove is on the album.
Love that.
Hove turned his verse in at 3 p.m. on the day of, and he killed his verse. So it's kind of hard to hate.
Back together.
It's kind of hard. He said, what he say? Hove and Jesus, like Moses and Jesus. Like, yo, he talking that talk. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shout out to Hove because he going to do what, you know, what he does.
They said Kanye had to lose Kim to get Hove back. So, I mean,
that's what
life is all about choices.
But Kim's still in the background though.
She's there.
She's still, you know, they
yeah.
have matching red outfits on.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
I think they'll co-parent very well.
Yeah, I think they're currently doing that. What would you rate Ye's fit when he was in the all red?
I love
He had that on, yo. I'm sorry, yo. Like
this whole mask thing too. It's very Kanye. So.
Yeah, it's like, but it's very runaway.
Yeah,
reminiscent. You know, that, and I'm like, yo, let's see. I really want to go. I'm off Thursday. I really want to go to Atlanta. Nobody took me up on my offer. I really want to go and see.
Go.
This. I'm not finna go to Atlanta by myself. Like, I'm just not. But at the same time, I really want to go see the album release. But it's like I've already seen Kanye in an intimate setting for Jesus is King. Literally in like a small auditorium, so I don't really think anything is gonna beat that. But
because you won't be close.
Yeah, I won't be close. Like I literally, like he was literally within.
Unless you do what that guy did. Did you?
Oh yeah, when he snuck into the joint.
I thought that was cool, but also
it's a security risk.
We already know that
it's a breach in security.
That his skin color helped him.
White privilege.
There was no way that a black person would get away with that.
He even went through and was like, yo, y'all can check me if y'all want to.
And so, no,
and they just let him through. And I'm like, bro, what if you were like a serial killer and you had bad intentions to take Kanye out? You're too close to him.
And he posted that.
He's dumb for posting it. That was the dumb thing about it. But everybody wants clout.
But now everybody's getting fired, I'm sure. That was there that day. Bring a whole new security team in.
Whether they got fired or not, he won't be able to do that ever again.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he put more eyeballs on himself. He could have laid low and did that for, like, at least a few more years and seen all of the stuff up close and personal for real. But people want the clout.
That's true.
You know, but some people was like, he's capping, though. There's no way that he got through that many layers of security to get to that. Like,
yeah. I was like, I couldn't believe that. I was like, are you serious?
Them pictures he took was trash, though.
Oh.
Like, I could tell he's not a real photographer because they wasn't even good. It's like, I could have took better on my iPhone with the in portrait mode. For real.
Portrait mode. Shout out to portrait mode.
Shout out portrait mode. Shout out portrait mode.
Brian knows.
If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Wow. Moving along, though.
Moving on. Let's see. I really want to talk about my girl Issa Rae. I stan even more. I love that for her. Keep it private and then just pop up on your wedding day.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. So for celebrities more so, you know, because people will really be in your business, and I'm sure like having that much public attention could potentially ruin a good thing. For the average person, I don't think that many people care that much, you know, about your relationship. So if your partner wants to be posted, then do it, you know, like if that would make them happy. But personally, I am at the point in my life where I don't want to attach myself to anyone unless I know you're here for the long run. So I, you know, again, nobody would care that much about my relationship. I'm not a celebrity, but at the same time, you're funny. I don't really want to post anybody until I'm married to them. That's just how I feel right now. Like I've done that whole, you know, like this is my boyfriend, you know, like through college or high school or whatever. This is my boo, whatever. And then it's just like you stop posting them like, oh, what happened or whatever. And again, nobody really cares that much. But I personally just don't want to post anybody until like this is my husband. So there's that. Or my fiance. I don't know. Yeah. I think that's the goal though.
Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I think people post other people for the validation of others because they see other people doing it and they want the likes and they want the comments and they want all that. But behind the scenes, it's like for real, like I'm not posting nobody on my, like, first of all, if you're on my page, you're on my page for me. You're not on my page for my relationship. That's number one. Yeah. Number two, if my partner needs the validation for me to post them, I will. But at the end of the day, though, like I don't live my life for other people. And in that same vein, I don't want to have to delete pictures off my Instagram when it doesn't work out.
It's just weird, like that whole thing.
I don't want to have to archive or delete. I don't want to have to do that. Like,
and then you guys get back together.
And then, like, it's too much. It's too much. So it's like, when I post you, you're going to have a ring on your finger. Yeah. When I post you, it's going to be real. Because I just don't have time to just like be posting you for no reason.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah, like, I've been good on that for a few years. Yeah. But shout out to Issa, because I actually seen her in person when I was in grad school at ODU, and she came to ODU and spoke, and she was real down to earth. And this was before she had Insecure on HBO. She had that in the works. She had a deal with HBO in the works for a while, and then Insecure came. But shout out to her, because I seen her come a super long way. Yeah. And I don't know who dude is, who her husband is, but he seemed like a regular dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's what I be saying. He's like a banker
or something like that.
Oh, he a banker? Oh,
so something like that.
Oh, so he got that bread. My bad. You're not a regular
but
dude.
Again, we talked about that. Like, celebrities just choosing, you know, like a non-celebrity. Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's great. And as long as you being loved correctly, it could come from a normal person. It don't have to be a celebrity, you know. So as long as she happy, she like it, we love it, we're here for it. Shout out Issa.
Like, it was so private, you know. It was in
even
France,
the caption though.
In Nice.
The caption wasn't even like.
I love it.
The caption wasn't even confirming
like, I just had a
really.
photo shoot, you know. Shout out to my friend.
Yeah, it's like. It's like, that's the way to do it.
I love her. She's so funny.
It's definitely the way to do it. We ready for the last season of Insecure. We're definitely ready for it.
I know.
So, shout out to her.
When does that come out? Is it next year?
I'm not even sure.
No.
I just know y'all better get HBO Max if y'all don't have it. And, I'm ready for it. And shout out HBO Max, because I seen Space Jam 2. I ain't had to go to the theaters.
Oh, it's there?
And,
And shout out to you, because I'm on your account. So
I don't think they had to know that, but you're welcome. So,
Appreciate it.
You know. Always. But, moving along. It's something in these streets, and it's spinning the block. And it goes by the name of COVID. And, it's doubling back with this Delta variant. I seen it's a Delta variant. It's a Gamma variant.
And a Lambda, I think.
And a Lambda variant. And I said, we got a whole sorority out this month.
I said it's the COVID Divine 19.
I said, when did COVID cross, though? Like, is it fall 2020? Like, what is it? I don't understand.
It is fall 2021.
Hey, look, what is COVID's line name? Like, I really need to know, because I wasn't at the probate. I don't know. Y'all fill me in, because it's just too much going on right now.
Yeah, but it's not a shock. Like, this is nothing new. They told us from the very beginning we would probably have variants, because that's what diseases do. They mutate. And everybody acting surprised is just bothering me, because I'm just like, you guys are acting like we didn't know this was coming. You guys are acting like people are doubling back or changing the story or the narrative. They told us from the very beginning There's going to be variants. It's going to come back once, summer's over. And we're going to probably have to give you a booster shot with your vaccines because of the different variants for more protection, just like we get a different flu shot every year because the flu mutates and they have to get a new, different type of protection in the vaccine. And that's why you get it every year. Coronavirus, again, it's nothing new. It's been here. We have research on coronavirus. This is just a different type of coronavirus. So it's just the hysteria. And people are like, oh, those vaccines are looking shaky. And I bet you didn't get the vaccine now. No, I'm still happy I did, because it is providing protection. We have literal results of people, showing that those that did get the vaccine do have more protection against these new variants. And people that are in the ICU, I mean, doctors that I personally know said that the only patients that are in the ICU for COVID now are non-vaccinated. So I feel very strong about it because it's just, I love conspiracies. I do. I love a good conspiracy, but like, where does it end? Where does it end? Because like, if we want to keep going, then no, actually every time you go to the dentist and the toothpaste they give you, they're poisoning you. And, every time you go to the OBGYN and they swab you with the whatever, they're actually inserting diseases and they're making you sterile. Like we could come up with these most outlandish conspiracies all we want to with the, medical industry. And I understand the mistrust. I do, because there has been some, bad things that have gone down, especially between the Black community. In the medical industry.
Tuskegee experiment.
Yes, I get that. But at the same time, you're like negating these experts, like from all walks of life, not just white, or whatever. And this is affecting, again, the entire planet, not just the hood or, not just Black people or whatever. So I just think, again, I understand it, but nobody has died from the vaccine. But nobody has died from the vaccine, but people have died from COVID, and nobody that's gotten the vaccine says they wish they didn't get the vaccine, but there are a lot of people that are in the ICU wishing that they did get the vaccine.
I can't even say that people haven't died from the vaccine. I don't think it's publicized, but I definitely think people have had some complications due to taking the shot. I've seen them come out say that it causes inflammation and heart problems in some people, and that may be because there may be some underlying health issues before they take it. But a lot of Black people have underlying issues, health issues. And
so even more so, you should get the vaccine, because if you have underlying health issues and the vaccine affects you a little bit, imagine if you do get COVID, you probably won't survive it. And so it's just...
But that's to each his own, though. Some people just not into putting foreign stuff in their body, even though...
But how? This whole generation, we're full of 15 vaccines right now. And we're fine.
You talking about our generation, or are you talking about...
Our generation and above or whatever. Like, we all have shot records. We've had to get shots to get into school. This whole vaccine passport is a shot record. That's essentially what it is. It's nothing new under the sun here. It's just...
My thing is, like, if you get the shot, I respect it. If you don't get the shot, I respect it. Because I can't tell you what to do with your body.
I feel like if you don't get the shot at this point, you're kind of holding back progress here, because it's like a lot of times the people that don't want to wear masks and they still want to go out and party and whatever are the people that don't want to get the vaccine. So you don't want to wear a mask. You don't want to stay at home. You don't want the vaccine. We have the vaccine now readily available, free for all. You don't want to take it, and you also don't want to wear a mask. So then now the people that did do their civic duty and what experts suggest, and again, experts that have been studying this for years that probably went into, $500,000 of student debt to study this, and these people who are not experts in anything, all they know is Bob, from Reddit, and Andy off YouTube getting their information. And you want to make these type of calls. And so it's just like, now people that did get the vaccine, now we have to go back into lockdown. Now we have to wear masks again.
Well, I think that was going to be, I feel like the lockdown was going to come regardless.
And it was, because they told us it was going to. But we also assumed that people would start getting the vaccine.
But in regards to people not taking it, the people who had the vaccine can still pass the Delta variant. So, I don't feel like the CDC is doing a good job of convincing people to actually take the vaccine in the first place, because every other week, every few days, they say something else.
They have to provide facts as they change. They have to always keep us updated.
I think they winging it. It's like a group project. It's they're winging it. It's just what it's coming off to the public.
Because the public doesn't understand epidemiology. Again, the public is not experts here.
I'm here to talk for the real people, the realists I'm here to talk for the people who feel like they ain't got a voice. Everybody's not pro-vaccinate. Everybody's not pro-vaccine. Some people are on the fence. Some people ain't rocking with it. I feel like and especially right now, like, why would you rush to get the vaccine, right? It's not FDA regulated. Why would you rush to get it?
Supplements and vitamins.
Why would you rush to get it, right? But the Delta variant is coming. So wouldn't you just wait till they get the vaccine that has that can protect you from that strain before you get the first one?
That is probably going to be a booster, just like when you get the HPV vaccine, you get
so
3 different shots. So you're telling me if I skip the first one and go to this one when they make it, because they're going to steadily improve it. They're going to steadily improve it. So if I don't get the first one, but I get the new and approved one that is going to be harsher on my body, is going to... And I can't even sit up here and say that, like, people haven't had complications and passed from taking the first one. It might not be on CNN, like when they had the death count. Literally every time on the right hand side, they have a death ticker, which is super negative. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, fam. So at the end of the day, like, I can't really sit up here. I understand where you're coming from, but everybody's not. Did you get the HPV vaccine?
I don't even know what that is. Like, what is HPV? Did I get it unknowingly?
It can be sexually passed and it can cause like cervical cancer.
I don't.
So it's important.
When would I had got that though? Like in my school shots.
I think you can still get it. Like you should start. I think in high school or whatever before you when you become sexually active. But I know for me, I got the HPV vaccine and I didn't end up finishing the last one. So then they came out with a new one, Gardasil or something like that. And so I went ahead and got those 3 shots to complete it, to protect myself from HPV. So this is how vaccines work. Like sometimes they do come up with something better because, again, that's what viruses do. They mutate and you have to come up with something new.
Well, look, I speak for the people that's not just finna get stuck and poked multiple times. This ain't Facebook. You're not finna poke me multiple times. I'm not. Everybody's not on that wave. Yeah, I'm somewhere.
But I don't understand. Nobody really has a good reason, because it's like our generation and people under 30, we don't know what chickenpox is. I mean, we know, but like we don't know anybody that has it or ever had it, because the generation ahead of us did what they were supposed to do and made sure their kids got vaccinated and they got vaccinated. Okay,
as a kid,
you're the first person I know. My mom had it.
I had chickenpox before. But I remember when I had chickenpox.
Yeah.
Like, and I had the calamine lotion, whatever it's called, that pink lotion. I remember having chickenpox.
Did you get the vaccine?
I don't know. I was too young to remember if I got the vaccine after. But I know I had chickenpox before.
But then also the people that are like, you could still get COVID after you get the vaccine. You can still get pregnant if you use birth control.
Yeah, you can still get
Again, it's
you can
not
still
always
lose your life
100%
if you wear a
effective.
seatbelt.
Exactly. So I don't understand.
You can still get someone pregnant with a condom. It's always exceptions to the rules.
Exactly.
But I feel like whatever side of the fence that someone is on, you have to respect it, though. If someone's pro-vaccine, respect it. If someone's anti, because everybody's not into putting stuff in their body that they don't, even though y'all put them Popeyes chicken sandwiches into y'all body, though. And I feel like that's where COVID really started, though, to get on my conspiracy van. I feel like when they put that first batch of Popeyes chicken sandwiches out, that's when it's been downhill ever since then. Because you notice they had them out for a few months, then they sold out, then they pulled them off the shelves. Why did y'all pull them off the shelves and say we were sold out? Then 6 months later, y'all came out with a new batch and never hit the same. COVID was in those first Popeye chicken sandwiches, dog. I promise you, y'all had people lined up out on the block. Y'all was reselling sandwiches for like $200 on eBay. I feel like y'all spreading the COVID through the Popeyes chicken sandwich, bro. Y'all can call me crazy, call me conspiracy theories, bro. Something was to that, yo, because that don't even make sense. Like, It don't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense because it'd be the same people that will go out and smoke hookah. Don't know the last time that cord or that hookah vase, whatever, was cleaned out. But, you know, you'll smoke it. You'll drink after people. You'll drink out of the bottle or whatever. But you won't get a vaccine. You'll have raw, unprotected sex with somebody that you kind of just met, but you won't get the vaccine. And it makes me think that if they came out with the vaccine for STDs, people wouldn't get that either. And it's just like... You guys got
protected tweets but having unprotected sex. I don't understand it. Like make it make sense.
But I'm saying though, so it's just like you'll do all of these unsafe things. You'll eat out, DoorDash, eat at fast food restaurants all the time, but you won't get a vaccine. Okay. All right.
To each his own. Like I said, I don't care which side of the fence are you on, because I think it's still new, and the fact that the CDC is keep seeming like they switching and they saying
they're
new
not
stuff.
Switching. They are updating us on new developing facts because that's what happens. It doesn't. With these viruses.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Change.
It doesn't look. It doesn't look right. Like it doesn't look. And why the FDA ain't back this shot yet?
So you guys want the FDA that's also in charge of, you know,
they back
these
everything
gross,
else that's legitimate.
No, these gross American products and the government cheese and all of that. You want the same agency that gives us all of these things that give us obesity and other health complications to also back a vaccine that's supposed to help us. Like, honestly, I don't care if the FDA backs or doesn't back anything, because if we don't trust the CDC, why do we trust the FDA?
Because that's like
no, I mean, I'm playing devil's advocate here.
But I'm just saying, like, that's I'm talking for the people who aren't pro-vaccine. Everybody's not pro-vaccine.
So if the FDA is the standard,
I'm giving you the argument.
The standard.
I'm giving you the argument of people who aren't taking the vaccine. They like, yo, it's not FDA regulated, so I'm not taking it.
It's just not a great argument.
To you,
that's all.
To you,
but
that's your side.
Like, you don't trust the government. Okay, fair. You don't trust the experts.
I think
you don't trust regular citizens that are giving them their real accounts of having COVID. This woman said that her and her husband both got COVID. She survived it. She had 5 days with 100-degree temperature, whatever. Her husband was sick for 23 days with a temperature of 105, did not survive it. The difference between them is that she had the vaccine and he didn't. So again, we have the normal average citizen. It's not just one example. There's plenty. Again, doctors that I personally know are telling me that their patients that are in critical condition don't have the vaccine. There's not a patient in the ICU that is vaccinated.
The same people.
So wait, again, not trusting the government, not trusting the experts, not trusting the average citizen. You're not even trusting God, because so what if you get the vaccine? You're not trusting that he's going to take care of you, that you're going to be okay, that you're going to survive it, that you're going to be fine.
Some people feel like they are going to be fine without the vaccine because they have faith in God. So what I'm saying is,
I think God gives us the tools here on earth.
What I'm saying is, the same people who will sit up here and say, oh, women can do what they want with their bodies. Why can't people do what they want with their bodies when it comes to the vaccine? It don't make sense. Like make it make sense.
Because when women want to choose,
it's still your body. It's your choice. Your body, your choice.
If
somebody doesn't want to put something foreign in their body, that's their choice.
Because these are the people that don't want to mask up, stay home, or get the vaccine. So you're actually endangering other people. If I choose to do something with my body, that's just me. It's affecting me and me only.
To each his own. I just don't feel like I said, I'm somewhere in between, but I'm trying to speak for the people who are not going to take the vaccine regardless. They're just not going to. And
then this whole, they're putting microchips. Oh my God, I can't.
I mean, it is a chip shortage right now, though.
No, they're not putting microchips in the vaccine. Because first of all,
I'm not saying they're doing that, but
have,
it's a chip. To say that it's not a chip shortage right now, it's a lie. You can just Google chip shortage. The articles come up. It is a chip shortage. Okay. Why, out of all the history, that it's a chip shortage right now when the vaccine is being distributed? You can't say that. That's giving leeway to conspiracy theories.
I feel like that article is put there.
It's not one article, Bree. It's not one article. Okay, it's multiple articles about the chip shortage. Okay. So why is it a chip shortage right now when they distributing the vaccine? I'm not saying that they do.
I've never.
You never heard of the chip shortage? I
personally have not heard of it.
Yo, just Google.
Probably had to watch a lot of YouTube videos to get there.
You gotta do your Googles. That's it. It's literally it. It is not even you gotta look on the dark web. It's literally there. I don't know why, but I do. That's the stuff that makes you say, okay. Like I said,
But these are coming from people that have every account on every social media site. You have a smartphone, and you have a social security number. The government is already tracking you, but they're really not that interested in you. So,
I mean, I can't say that. I mean, I feel like everybody has an FBI agent assigned to their webcam, you know, but at the end of the day, like, yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't know, but I'm just saying it just don't make sense. It's like, y'all got protected tweets, but y'all raw dog in the air with no mask. Like, make it make sense, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense to me. You having protected tweets, but you have an unprotected sex. Like, it just don't make sense to me, bro. Like, it just don't. That's me, though. Yeah. But like I said, everybody, you got to understand that your train of thought, and not to say that it's a right or wrong, because it's your personal opinion and you can have it. I'm just saying everybody's not going to think like you, and everybody's not going to think like me. It might be split down the middle, or it might be 70-30. It might be, we don't know, but everybody is not getting that vaccine right now. And I feel like, and the reason why I know that everybody's not getting that vaccine, because of the distrust, and because I just seen that companies this dude tweeted, was like, yo, they just laid off a lot of people at my job because these people we wouldn't agree to get the vaccine. So thank God my job hasn't said like, yo, y'all got to get the vaccines, even though we've been working from home. But some people, regardless if they job on the line or not, they're not going to get the vaccine anytime soon.
But
they
again,
feel like it was
nothing
rushed.
new. You had to get certain shots to even enter preschool. You have to get certain shots to enter certain countries like Africa. It's for your protection. It's for the protection of everybody else around you as well. This is nothing new.
Allegedly.
Nobody's trying to control you. This is just...
Allegedly.
Okay.
And regardless, if we go back, my bigger point is if we go back on lockdown, whether we do or not, which I think is imminent because these cases are rising, right? Joe better act like he know. That's all I'm going to say.
That's another thing. The Democrats are pissing me off
because
right now.
I feel like Joe been in office for like 6 months now. If we go back on lockdown, I'm going to need them stimulus checks to double back as well, because I'm not pro-Trump, but Trump was cutting a check, and Joe ain't cut one yet. So at the end of the day, that's how I look at it, and a lot of people look at it like that too. If y'all going to force us to be in the house and we can't go out, then, yo, you already said you was going to eliminate student loans. Where that's at, bro?
No, did you hear about the housing crisis now?
I don't even know.
Because you know how they put a freeze on evictions? Well, that ended today.
Oh, I didn't. Were they trying to extend it at one time?
They needed to, but instead of voting to extend it, the Democrats went on like vacation, essentially.
Oh yeah, I did see that. And y'all.
So again, I never am like, I wanted Trump out of there, you know, and I did definitely have hope for Biden and Harris, you know, because it just seemed like a better option. Again, I never am like, oh my gosh, yes, you know, Democrats, whatever, you know, these candidates are the best, whatever. I always said from the beginning, they still have a lot to prove to us, and I'm not happy.
I told y'all Biden won't it, but I felt like I was doing my civic duty as an American. Y'all told me to go ahead and do it so we could get Mr. Orange Cheeto out of office.
No, I still wouldn't want him there, though. I don't.
Look, at the end of the day, I don't even know no more, because y'all tried to make it seem like, oh, Biden is going to restore the ecosystem of da-da-da-da-da. And what has he really, truly done since he's been in there? Y'all want to hold these people accountable. What has Joe really... My student loans ain't went away. And he has... And that last check that we got had Donald J. Trump's name on it. It wasn't Joe Biden. So at the end of the day, if we go on another lockdown, Joe and Kamala, you better act like y'all know. That's all I'm saying. But you know what?
I think we as citizens put way more heat on the Trump administration. And I think that we also need to put that same heat on the Biden-Harris administration.
I agree.
We need to be out in the streets protesting the same way and spewing whatever hate.
But you know why? You know why? Because Biden administration isn't in the news every single day like Trump's was. And so they can go back to regular scheduled programming and go under the rug, and a lot of stuff is getting swept under the rug because Biden isn't tweeting something controversial every single night. When you're doing something like that, you're on the press every morning. Biden, he's just getting away with, you know, slow progress, and he gonna slow progress us right up until he done, and nothing's gonna get done. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I know that they did definitively was pass the Asian Hate Act. That's all I know that they did. Like, black people don't need a hate act out here. Like, come on, bro. Like, y'all try to convince me that Biden was the one. He's the one. I voted for him.
Nobody thought that he was the one. Nobody thought that he was going to come save America. We just thought
cap.
he was better than Trump.
That's cap, because y'all thought he was the antithesis of what Trump was, and he hasn't proved himself to me yet. I'm sorry. Like, speech impediment aside, I was never sold on Biden. I just voted for him out of default, to be honest. I was never sold on him, to be honest. He never swept me off my feet. And I'm not the only one that feels like that. So I think they need to really do something. If we go on lockdown, I'm not even opposed for a lockdown, but if we go on a lockdown, it need to be a legitimate lockdown, because the lockdown we went on last time was like a baby one. Yeah. Because people were still out. People were still doing something. If we going to go on lockdown, I'm talking about let's go on lockdown like them countries overseas. They really shut it all the way down. If we going to shut it down, let's shut it all the way down and let's get past this together. But the same people that don't want to get the
vaccine and wear masks and they don't want to be controlled by the government, they're not going to go for that. So,
I mean, if they put rules, if they put rules and regulations to make everybody in a curfew and all of that,
it's probably hard running America though, because our citizens are just insufferable,
unruly.
It's probably really hard. Like we're like the bad toddlers out of all the countries. We're fact. Like the bad toddlers and the rebellious teenagers. That's like it's probably really hard. No, but definitely we need to put that heat under these candidates and this administration. I really wish that we acted like the French. I tweeted that earlier this week. I don't know if you saw that the French was like, they were like shooting shit essentially on the president's house.
They was shooting. Shooting what? Like feces?
The French are known to just burn things down. We need to go. We need to do that as well. So, not every time someone dies or police brutality, we need to do that when we're unhappy with how things are going. Just we'll burn this whole shit down right now, unless you do what we need you to do. So,
hey. A lot of stuff gonna get burnt down.
So now we have the FBI at our door. Yes, I said that, and I started.
Hey, don't speak that.
And
I
started.
Don't speak that on us. Nah,
a revolution here, but I don't know. Like, we definitely need to put the heat under these candidates because the government works for us, and never forget it.
That's what I'm saying. They're public servants at the end of the day. Yeah. They're here to serve. And the only reason I voted for Biden is because he was supposed to forgive student loans. And I looked at my FAFSA. I mean, not my FAFSA. I looked at my whoever my loan borrower is, and I still seen them there. So any given time that you feel like it, go ahead and pass some legislation. Even if they just forgive half of mine, I'll be better off. I got undergrad and master's loans to pay back. So at the end of the day, dog, I'm not the only one like that. Like you said, the people who went to school to study for the vaccination and all this stuff, the vaccine,
the PhD,
the people who degree. You know what I'm saying, got doctorate loans to pay back. They need their loans passed too. They serving the country to do the research. You don't think they deserve to get their loan paid back?
They do qualify for forgiveness though. Like there are programs.
Look, I know it's a lot of doctors out there that, I mean, of course, they gonna make enough money once they, get into a practice and stuff. Though, yeah. But still, it's just like, yo, something has to give. But that's my criticism of the Biden administration.
Yeah.
We can hit on a few more topics before we get up out of here, though.
Yeah. You talk about Simone Biles.
I haven't been keeping up with it, but I know
don't think there's much to talk about other than good for her.
She took a mental health break, right?
Yeah. And I think it was something surrounding, they wouldn't let her take her ADHD medication or something like that because it was a substance. And I think that's very ableist. That's not fair. And then some other athlete, I don't even know his name. I don't care either. But he was basically, talking about Simone Biles, like, oh, she's weak or something. And then he ended up throwing a tantrum and like breaking rackets and something like that. So it's just like, I'm very, very proud of these Black women, Naomi, Simone, for basically just stepping up for their mental health. Like, I know that I'm a world-class athlete, but I'm still a human. And if I feel out of it and I don't feel like doing it, I'm just going to take a break, as you should, as we do, or as everybody should be able to do with their own jobs. We should have personal days, you know, just for like mental health days. So I'm very proud. I'm so proud of these ladies. And I'm glad that they're getting support, you know, from other athletes and celebrities and stuff like that. It's important, especially for a gymnast. You know, she said that it came to a point where she would be up in the air. She didn't really know where she was. That's dangerous. Why would you even risk that?
So, that's a fact.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she took time off, because I do think we all deserve a break. I mean, I seen a tweet from this journalist. He was like, Michael Jordan never sat out of a Game 7. First of all, beloved,
maybe he needed
of a
to.
finals Game 7. Michael Jordan the finals never went to Game 7 with Michael Jordan. He always ended it before then. So that's where you're factually wrong, number one. Number two, Michael Jordan did take a mental health break after he lost his father. He retired from the game of basketball altogether. So how can you call yourself a journalist and not do your due diligence?
Yeah.
Like, he did take a step away. It might have not been called by mental health hiatus at that time, because mental health wasn't in the mainstream.
Right.
But to say that he didn't need some time to get his thoughts together, come on, bro. So at the end of the day, like, I'm always pro mental health. I'm always pro taking a break when you feel like you need it, because you know what you can bear and you know what you can't. And it's times where I know, yo, I'm throwing in the towel for the day. I might leave work early.
Yeah.
If I got the time, if I got the PTO, I might leave work early, because I don't have the mental capacity for that day to finish at a productive rate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm not, and I feel like if I can't give my best, then what's the point of giving it at all? I want to be at my best.
Companies should respect that too. It's like, if we know that you're gonna just half-ass it while you're here and you just want to take some time, thank you for not wasting our money.
Yeah, I want to be at my best.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm doing my job, even when we're coming doing a podcast, I want to be at my best. And sometimes people need time, because she's an athlete, but real life happens outside of the Olympics. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got family members that may have passed. You got different stuff that's transpiring that may not even be for the public to, know about. We don't know what she's dealing with off the, you know what I'm saying? Right. We don't know. So it's like, if she made that, that's an adult decision. You know what I'm saying? And it's called FMLA. That's what it's called. Use it. Yeah. File a claim. That's what it's called. It's called job protection. Yeah. For the regular folks. That's not a gold medalist. You feel what I'm saying? It's called FMLA. So, go do that, because only you know what you are really up against and what you can tolerate.
I just hate how entitled Americans feel to other people. Like, I don't care. Like,
life goes on, whether that girl hop, skip, or jump on that. What's that little thing she be on? That she be doing. What's the little thing they be on? Was she doing the gymnastics? Yeah, the beam. Whether she hop, skip, or jump on that beam, life goes on. You feel what I'm saying? It does. Like, it ain't gonna make me no difference, but it is going to make me a difference whether I know that she's at her best or not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Or if she injures herself and completely, ends her gymnast career altogether because she just mentally wasn't there.
But what was it where the people were saying they didn't know how to judge her, though? Like,
and
that's something totally
honestly,
different.
After that, I would have just quit, because it's just like, what do you mean? So because other people can't do what I do, now my moves are illegal? Okay. So
it's not right.
How about I just take myself out of the equation?
Yeah,
altogether?
Like, it's not right. Y'all can't even judge. If I were to show up, y'all don't even know how to judge me. Right. Y'all can't even juxtapose my skill set against these peons who ain't on my level. Let's call a spade a spade. So why would I even participate? Because when I do stuff, y'all gonna say it's an illegal move. Right. So why would I risk my mental health? I know I'm not in the best. You know what? Respectfully, I'm going to just pass.
Put so much time and effort into it.
I'm going to just pass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to just go ahead and chill for a sec.
Let's do that.
See if y'all miss me.
Fact, though.
Yeah. But shout out to her.
Facts. Anything else before we get up out of here? It's been
I think we covered a lot.
It's been a good episode. For sure.
It's good to be back.
Facts. Ain't nothing like a good passionate conversation. It ain't even a debate for real. It's just, respect each other's opinions as always. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But yeah, for the people who ain't tapped in with you already, let them know where they can follow you at.
Briaunna Monet on Twitter, Instagram, B Monet on TikTok. Follow the Trouble Pod on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Follow our YouTube page. I may get in trouble for this. Subscribe, like, comment. What about you, Trey?
Follow me at T.Cooke Official on Instagram, at The Cookbook on Twitter. Stay tapped in for new episodes every Tuesday, Trouble Tuesdays. I think that's everything for real.
It's a wrap.
See y'all next week.
Bye.
Peace.